Select committees are made up from politicians from all major parties in the UK Parliament. They're kept informed on issues by government ministers. Addressing the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, Foreign Office Minister Lord Mark Malloch Brown answered questions on Korea and Japan.
We are in the situation of demandeur here. We have very little direct influence. This is a closed regime which doesn't thank us for the generous food aid we provide and doesn't allow us to use that as a lever because of its lack of humanity towards its own people.
So what would be your top priority, or the British top priority for
It's
North
to
Korea?
bring North Korea more fully into the global community through issues such as the six-party talks, so that the range of more normal pressures start to have effect, that the regime engages, gets a little richer, starts to get a glimpse of a better future for itself and its people in the world, and becomes amenable to pressure and dialogue as it engages.
He then turned to deteriorating relations between North and South Korea.
This, in a sense, increases the issue that the North is going to have to kind of, be held to an even higher standard of verification. I mean, I think that on its actions, I think, frankly, there was a little bit of a view that maybe the last president had become too much a hostage to getting progress under the Sunshine Policy. So, we view the basic policy as remaining unchanged, but with a good dose of scepticism added. But I don't think the people of the South would want their government to kind of essentially close down progress with the North. It's just been put, it's if you like, just got to meet an even higher standard of veracity. So I think basic policy intact, but yes, for now it's going to, if anything, the impact of the new president will be to make things move a bit more slowly and cautiously.
The minister then spoke about Japan and the present state of the country's economy.
It has a low level of foreign investment in its economy compared to other economies of a similar situation, a relatively low exposure of its, not just of its own banking sector to overseas banks, but equally it itself has not got a high degree of exposure to subprime in the US or housing bubbles elsewhere. Its own housing bubble was a long while ago, and while housing prices have come back in Tokyo, they're nothing like the problem we have. Japan is actually it's brought down. I mean, it's growing again. There is again part of the business of everybody overlooking the fact it's still the world's second largest economy. With it goes a 5-year-old view of what's happening to the Japanese economy.
Yeah.
It's growing again quite nicely, thank you. They brought down, I think, their estimate from 2.1% to 1.5%, but that still is pretty respectable compared to where the other G8 economies, for the most part, are.
An appropriate remark as G8 nations gear up for their next summit in Japan.
Because,